Good morning, Cedar Park High School. It's Monday, February 3rd, and it's an 8A. I'm Ellen Yule.
And I'm Victor Martinez, in for Evan Vines.
On today's show, John Pay shows us a decade in review. We check in with what's going on in FFA, some news about the coronavirus,
your top 3 things, pet of the week, and a sports report.
Turn it up because a packed Wolfcast starts now.
The new year and new decade surely makes us reflect on how we grew and evolved over the years.
And to celebrate 2020, we decided to look back on how the school changed and advanced in the last decade.
After talking to some longtime CPHS staff members, I got some small glimpses of how Cedar Park has changed over the last decade.
Cedar Park has definitely went through its fair share of changes, but throughout the decade, the biggest physical changes just occurred with the new bond deal opening new renovations for the building. Transition coordinator Ms. Hexter says the real evolution came from gradual changes in academics.
The most significant change, I would say, to the school is the level of rigor and academic options provided to the students at Cedar Park High School. We've increased our options in terms of what AP classes are offered to our kiddos, and we just have generally a more academic rigorous feel overall.
The academics aren't the only thing that grew over the years, however. Principal John Sloan, though he wasn't here since 2010, acknowledged the openings of more and more opportunities for students to achieve greatness and be more involved in the community.
And that's been a good change, a good positive change that I've seen over the years is just added opportunities that are going to provide better experiences and more relevant experiences for students in preparing for the future.
One other major aspect that the school had to adapt to was the growing influence of technology over teenagers. Back then, cell phones were not allowed in the classroom and no students were given laptops. Ms. Martin, who has been here since the very beginning of the school's lifetime, noticed a change in how classrooms embrace tech.
We just have to make sure that they're being used appropriately and not being used when thinking is needed within the room and communicating with other students.
It was truly fascinating to see how the school became what it is today after all these years.
Thanks for the insight, John.
And a special thank you to all the staff members who stayed with the community and helped us grow.
Members of the Future Farmers of America, better known as FFA, continue to prepare for all of the events, showcases, and competitions they will participate in this year. FFA members work with their animals every day, learning new responsibilities to become better caregivers. FFA member Sky Lindholm goes to the school barn every day, both in the morning and afternoon, to care for and prep animals for the showcases and competitions, like the leadership development events and the career development events.
Personally, I really love competing in LDEs and CDEs. While most of our kids really love messing and competing with their livestock, I do too, but there's just something about LDEs and CDEs. It just gets you ready for your career and your life in the future. It really helps you be successful in life, and they're super fun. Personally, I compete in floriculture for my CDE, and then for my LDE, I compete in chapter conducting.
FFA has showcases almost every weekend, so make sure to check them out and support.
Most students have heard of the recent coronavirus disease that originated in Wuhan, China, and may be wondering how to avoid it. The coronavirus has already reached the United States and affected a handful of states. Many regulations have been put in place to halt this disease by the government, and caution is greatly advised by a medical practitioner, including Nurse Tara Jo Frost.
The big thing is, right now we probably don't have the likelihood of having a lot of exposure to it because the state departments are being so conscientious about flights that are coming in from China. That's where it originated at. And so there may be some people out there that have been exposed, but if we do a couple simple things, then we can make sure that we try to prevent ourselves from picking it up.
Make sure to check up on your health and wash your hands frequently.
Coming up next, we have the top 3 things you need to know today, a sports report, and a new pet of the week.
But first, a quick word from our sponsor.
Smoky Moe's Barbecue, the best barbecue that money can buy, proudly supporting Cedar Park High School.
course, groundhogs across North America have made their predictions on Groundhog Day. According to popular legend, if the groundhog leaves its nest and sees his shadow, it's both a sunny day and a sign that we're in for 6 more weeks of winter. If he doesn't see his shadow, winter would end soon. Next, the first nominated contest of the 2020 election cycle is today in Iowa. Democratic candidates have been campaigning for more than a year now. A CBS News poll now shows that Senator Bernie Sanders and former Vice President Joe Biden are tied for first place at 25%. Senator Elizabeth Warren is in second place with 16%. Every Democratic candidate since the 2000s has won the Iowa caucus. Finally, Latinas got loud last night at the Super Bowl halftime show. Jennifer Lopez and Shakira took the stage to relive some of their hits with dynamic choreography to go along. There even was a surprise appearance by J-Lo's daughter, Amy. Lopez financed former Major League Baseball player Alex Rodriguez posted a video to Twitter congratulating her. Amazing, he says. She absolutely crushed it. Wow, that was so fun. I'm so proud of you, Jen.
I loved it.
No, yeah, I love that.
I think they
halftime show.
killed it. They killed it. You know,
They
they
were
kind
so
of
good.
have been like not performing for a while. I feel like you know, they just like have been taking the past couple of years
Yeah.
to themselves,
And
and to come back like this.
It's crazy. Like Jennifer Lopez is 50 and Shakira's 43.
Yeah.
It's insane. They're still like crushing it.
And
like,
they're
it was so good.
they're amazing. I absolutely loved
Me
it.
too.
Thank you, Gigi. We now throw it over to Addie Bates for what's been going on in T-Wolf sports. Addie.
Welcome to the Wolfcast Sports Report. I'm Addie Bates. First, boys basketball came home with the win in a close match against Weiss on Friday. After defeating Weiss 49-46, the boys will have some time to rest until their next game this Friday against Pflugerville. Moving on to girls basketball, the ladies dominated against Weiss on Friday with an impressive 49-11 win over the Wolves. This comes to no surprise, however, as the girls have been dominating all season. The girls will also have time to rest till their next game this Friday versus Pflugerville as well. Now on to boys soccer. The boys faced Weiss on Friday, but ultimately tied the Wolves 1-1. Their next game will be this Friday versus Pflugerville. Lastly, girls soccer took on Weiss on Friday and came home with the win 3-0. The girls will look to continue this streak as they also face Pflugerville on Friday. That's all I have for y'all today with CPHS News. I'm Addie Bates. Back to y'all at the desk.
Before we go, it's time for your pet of the week.
This is Alana Guerrero's amazing parrot, Coco. Coco learned to say his name and greet his family. Even though it takes him a little bit to get used to Alana's guests, when he does, however, he becomes the life of the party. When Coco feels comfortable around other people, he can act a little bit crazy and start playing around too much.
That's all we have for today. Remember, you can catch anything you missed on the Wolfcast on our YouTube channel. Just search CPHS News.
And we'll be back tomorrow with the softball feature, some insight on Anime Club, your top 3 things.
Information on how you can help the locker and your T-Wolf Spotlight. With CPHS News, I'm Ellen Neal.
I'm Addie Bates.
And I'm Gigi Muniz.
And I'm Victor Martinez. Remember to make it a great day or not, the choice is yours. Have a phenomenal day, Cedar Park.